endlessly. Could my reputation cease to be overwhelmed with possibilities? Would you let me see the future, please? What are these things I dream? Is it just in my head? Tell me, why do we fear the unknown? Why the dread? Why do we hang on? Do we have anything to show? Tell me, why do we fear the unknown? Sailing on an ocean of unease, open brain dropping to our knees. Terrifying thoughts of what could be, horrified by what we cannot see. If we took the time to prepare, we could handle anything out there. But we buy into the safety net, hasn't added to our comfort yet. What are these things I dread? Is it just in my head? Tell me, why do we fear the unknown? Why the dread? Why do we hang on? Do we have anything to show? Tell me, why do we fear the unknown? Tell me, why do we fear the unknown? Why the dread? Why do we hang on? Do we have anything to show? So tell me, why do we fear the unknown?
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Well, good afternoon for some. This is the UnKnown show with Kra-Z Wren-A. I don't even know the name of my own show. It's been so long. How was your holiday, first of all? How was your Christmas and your New Year's? I hope it was good for you. But that's not what that is on my mind today. What's on my mind today is a strange thing. I don't know why. But I had this thing in my mind where, have you ever felt like you could never live up to people's expectations? Yeah, it's been like that all my life. Like, if you ever think you have to please someone, everyone, anyone, yourself, something, there's always something expecting you to do your best at all times. And what if you don't do your best? You're punished for it, right? At least when you're a kid. I remember the days like, I don't bring a straight A home. Well, I'm in trouble, right? So, it's like we're trained to be like that from the very beginning. I think even our parents probably don't even know why they train us to be like that. They train us to be like that. School trains us to be like that. If we don't meet up to our teachers' expectations, they yell and scream and embarrass us, right? Isn't that a nice way to live? So now in my old age, my ripe old age, I'm starting to realize different things that have always gotten on my nerves. And now I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care. I will just do what I do, and whether people like it or not, what am I going to do? I'm not here to please everybody. I'm not talking about the radio show so much. I do art, and I get some people that do say some nice comments about my art, and some people that do pay attention to my art. But there's others of you that know that I do art, and nobody says anything. And, I don't care. Say something. you know? Every little bit helps, but, you know, that's kind of like, you know, you're trained to do that too. You're trained to look for appreciation, you know, like the authority to go, you know, to go with it. You know, you're looking for that little boost of energy that everybody needs to keep going, right? And why do we need to look for this boost of energy to keep on going anyways? What's the deal with that? Why don't we just have a boost of energy and keep going? Was there anybody, you know, if you just pretend like there's nobody in the world there, you know, just empty, okay? It's an empty box, okay? And there's only you standing in it. Okay, you might think differently, okay? You're not there to please anybody. You're not there to look good in front of anybody. You're not there to worry about anybody, or to get in their way, or to say something wrong, or to do something right. You know, you're just there, right? And you know, sometimes you have to surround yourself in your own little bubble, not to exclude the world outside you, but sometimes you have to put yourself in a bubble, shortly, temporarily, okay? So you can proceed to do with what you want to really do, into, you know, to let your mind be creative and to go for the gusto, you know, go for all you got and put all you got into what you want to do. That's what I do. I put all I got, what I want to do, into what I want to do, okay? Because I have to put myself in the little square inside the back of the room, away from everybody, and just say, okay, this is me. This is where we're going. And if nobody's following me, poof, you're gone. Poof, poof, poof. You know, you're not there. Okay. If you're following me, great. You know, I'm not even talking about the radio show either. This is for fun. You know, if I make it a radio show host someday, that'd be fun too. But I'm not sure. You know, I'm hearing stuff like, well, they don't do too many radio show hosts anymore. It's mostly pre-recorded garbage, mumbo jumbo. I'm like, okay, so what are they going to do with radio DJs? So I don't know if there's a future in that. So anyway, it's fun for now. But seriously, I don't know if there's a future in this. There could be on the internet radio. But as far as a radio station goes, this is kind of freaking me out. So I'm just going to go with whatever else I do, you know, and do this for the side, you know, because this I need to do anyway. I need to learn to talk to people because I was born a shy, cat's trying to talk the dog. No, you're not going to get the dog to move. You don't want to move. Sorry. Where was I? Yeah, because I was a shy person when I was growing up, very shy, and you know, and then it took me a whole year and a half or something just to get used to being on the radio without being a nervous wreck, you know. So now I'm okay with it. I'm not scared anymore. I'm not nervous. I can talk to you guys all day long, like you're my brother, sister, my friend, my neighbor, which you are. Okay? Y'all are. I love you guys. You really do give me the boost I'm looking for. I think everybody needs to find that little space where they can find that little boost. I don't know why we need that so bad. We shouldn't need it at all. Our boost should be God, okay? But sometimes I know God is silent. So you sometimes feel like, you know, you're in a room talking to yourself, which you are. God could be listening. Well, God's calling me right now. No, he's not. Somebody else is. That would be funny, huh? God's calling. Hello? Oh, God. Oh, what the heck are you doing on the phone? I saw a movie like that. This preacher was picking up a phone, talking to God, but he was really strange. I've seen some really great movies on YouTube lately. Really cool stuff. Oh, let me see. There's this one. I gotta find it though. Let me see. Stupid phone, stop ringing. if I answer the phone, then I could never do a radio show. That's the way it goes. Then they keep me on the phone all freaking day long and all night long too, and I never can do a radio show. So give it up. And now they're calling and calling and calling. Shut up. I don't care. I have to do a radio show. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I do put a lot of time and effort into my art. And I'm learning too. I'm watching a lot of videos on art to do extra neat stuff that I didn't know I could do. So, but I'm not going to any art gallery yet until I know I'm perfect, okay? Well, I'm never going to be perfect. But if I could just be really proud of it, then I'm throwing it in the car and I'm going to the art gallery. There it is, okay? And I'll know myself when I'm ready, People just know when they're ready for stuff. I really don't need anybody to tell me I'm ready. I'll just know. Because I know. I've been to art galleries like umpteen times. I know what's going on there. I know what they're looking for. I know how to act. I know, basically what art galleries want. Not necessarily, the internet wants. I know what art galleries want. Art galleries are a different thing. And I'm also into abstract art, which is a very strange type of art. Most people don't get it, But I try to draw, I try to paint many things. Many different things. So I can make the majority of the people happy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to make everybody happy. I got to make myself happy first, right? And if I'm focusing on making everybody else happy, how the hell am I going to make myself happy if I'm focusing on what everybody else wants? What do I want? You have to put yourself on number one super duper pedestal. Not that you have to have a big freaking fat ego trip or anything. You just have to put yourself on some sort of pedestal that you can do it, that you want it and you can do it, and then you just keep going from there. Don't step on people along the way. That's not very nice. I've seen people do that, and I'll just give them dirty looks along the way. Yeah. You gotta step on me, fine. I'm not talking to you, okay? But otherwise, you gotta just put yourself ahead of yourself and say, look, does this please me? Yes, okay. Then go from there. Don't worry about what everybody's thinking. I mean, it's nice to get comments and stuff like that, because the people that give you comments, really help you. I don't know why, but it just tickles your fancy when they comment on your stuff. And it makes you want to draw more. It makes you want to paint more. So the more they like your stuff, the more you want to paint. I think if they stopped liking my stuff, I'd be like all bummed out. I probably wouldn't want to paint. See, that's where it goes. If I had to keep slapping myself upside the head and saying, no, Renee, don't do that. Because, what happens if somebody goes on vacation and there's nobody there to like your paintings? You're going to stop doing paintings because they went on vacation? Come on. I need a big drink. All right, there's this movie. One movie that I watched. What was the other one? The Wild something. The Wild Road? I don't know. I forgot that other one. But anyway, there's this one called The Mosquito Coast. And it's with Harrison Ford. And I guess a lot of people in the comment section of the movie were griping about how Harrison Ford is supposed to be the serious guy, and they didn't like him in this movie. But he was serious in this movie. Most of the movie was yelling and screaming. Okay, and that wasn't serious enough? What the hell are people talking about? I mean, he's an actor. Why is it, just because he plays in one movie or one show doesn't mean he has to be the same type of person in another show. I mean, he's an actor, okay? People don't get that. He's supposed to be serious all the time. I hate that. People do that to me, too. They're always telling me. Like when I was in my 20s, they're all like, oh, Why don't you grow up? Why don't you act grown up? Because I'm only in my 20s. You know? So, because they said that so much to me, now I just don't want to be grown up. I will never be grown up. I'll be 85, 95 years old, and I'll still be a kid. So there. And if you don't like it, shove it. I don't care. Really. You know? I mean, that's the way you gotta feel sometimes. You gotta just, don't put up with this garbage. I've had so much garbage pushed at me. You wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe. I mean, I should be, all the garbage has been pushed at me. I should be sleeping in a garbage dump because all the crap, I mean, it can kill anybody, really. Seriously, mentally, it can kill you. But you have to stay away from people like that. Get away from people like that. They got a big fat mouth. They got nothing but nothing but mean, ridiculous, cruel comments to say to you. And get the hell away from them people. It's like, if that's all they got to say to you, then they're not your friend, okay? A friend won't talk to you like that. Period. An enemy will, okay? An enemy has no problem talking to you like crap all day long. So, there you go. And the only way to avoid that is just don't hang around people like that. Seriously, get away from the trash, really. Because that's all they are, is trash. They're going to just badmouth you all day long. Or put you down, or tell you what to do in your life. Telling you what to do in your life is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Everybody on this planet is different from each other. We're different in so many aspects, it's not even funny. And that's why people don't get along, because people are so different from each other. We're all different like snowflakes, all the snowflakes are different. All people are different. All animals are different. Everything is not the same. So, when you try to tell somebody to do something like the way you want them to do it, it ain't gonna work, okay? How is that gonna work? If you're sitting there telling somebody to go do something you would do, how is that gonna work for them? Does that make any sense in your head? God, seriously? I mean, really, you can't do that. You can't tell anybody how to live. Live your own life, okay? Live your own life. Don't be telling people anything, Unless they ask you a question, fine, I've even done it to myself. I've done it to my children. Told them things. But it's because I'm a mother, and mothers usually do that with children. They try to guide them into the right direction, not to the wrong direction. But it doesn't help anyway. They don't listen to you, okay? If you were their grandparent, that'd be different. Children listen to grandparents. They do not listen to their parents, period, okay? That's the way it is, okay? So I kind of give up on that. I don't push that too far because I know I ain't getting anywhere. So, but, but to people that tell you to go and go get this job, go wear this, don't wear this color nail polish, don't wear this color lipstick, don't drive that kind of car, don't get that kind of house, what are you doing in that kind of neighborhood, what are you doing in this world? God, they have nothing better to do than to jump into your life and tell you what to do and nag at you to tell you, oh, this is how I do it, so you must do it the same way. Who said? Who says? Who says you have to do it the same way? I do everything the way I want to do it. And I don't care if nobody likes it. And I sound like a yelling old preacher, don't I? I'm not really angry, but that's the way. I'm a very emotional person. I'm part Italian. Italians are emotional, okay? Ask any Italian. Just hang around any Italian for one day. You'll see. Something goes wrong and they go bling. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go into too much detail because somebody might be listening, so I won't say nothing, but I'll just say I know relatives that get angry. That's all I'm going to say. So, and I'm one of them too. I'm not any more perfect or better or worse than the other guy. But I don't really get mad. It's like I'm just emotional. So, but I get emotional. A lot of people have thought through my life that I was angry, when I talk about things, and I'm like, I ain't angry. And they're looking at me like, are you sure? I'm like, of course I'm sure I'm not angry. I'm just emotional. I get emotional when I talk about anything that gets my goat. Of course I'm going to go boing, weird. But anyway, I'm going to talk about this movie. It's an older movie because that's why I was able to see it on YouTube, because if you want to see any kind of good movie that's newer, you can't see it on YouTube. I found that out. But I like YouTube movies because the movies work on my computer. They don't start. They don't keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping. They play all the way through. That's really nice, isn't it? I mean, so many times I'll put a video on like that scary devil baby that they were doing for a while, and that video kept starting and stopping and starting. I couldn't even watch the whole video. I couldn't watch it because it kept stopping and stopping and stopping. I was like, this is stupid. So I saw it on TV though. That's funny, huh? I saw the same thing on TV I saw on the internet. Anyway, back to the movie. It's called The Mosquito Coast with Harrison Ford in it. And this is one of the couple of movies I saw this week about the same thing. Was the guy just got sick and tired of society, and he got sick and tired of living in America and all the BS and the crappy town. This guy was supposedly a genius, and he knew everything. Okay, he could build anything, do anything. He had some like 9 patents, and he had all these things he invented and stuff like that. But he wasn't a rich guy. He didn't spend all his money on all this stuff. Okay, they lived in a crappy house and drove a crappy truck, and it was kind of strange, for being, you think he'd have a lot of nice stuff. No, he didn't. So I guess he had his money in his bank account because he took his family and him, and they all went to this place. It was like the southern tip of somewhere. I think it was Africa or some southern somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter where. It was just the southern part of somewhere. And they went to live in a jungle where there was tribes of people. And he actually bought a place in a bar from a guy. He bought a whole town in a jungle. So they went up there by boat down this river up to the jungle. And when they got there, they were all excited because he built a city, right? It was like about 4 or 5 rundown shacks that were all just falling apart. So, but he just jumped out there and said, wow, this is great, I can do so much with this. And his family was looking at him like he was crazy, right? But they didn't say nothing. They just looked at him like he was crazy. And then right away, he put everybody to work, even the people that lived there. Put all these people to work, and they were just, working day and night, and they finally built these nice little homes made out of wood that was already there, I guess, and actually did a good job. And then he got a lot of stuff, from the city. They brought in furniture and stuff like that, so they had a dining room set eventually and things like that. And they had like air foam mattresses, kind of weird, but it was neat. And they built it up, up by the trees. So they put this like a second story up by the trees, so it was off the ground. It was so cool. I guess it's to keep the snakes and whatever out of your house, right? So they built everything upwards, and then they built this machine that made ice, like an ice cube thing, out of fire. Didn't take no electrical cords or anything, because he used ammonia and something else, I guess. And it was a huge machine. It was probably about 2-3 stories high, and made a weird noise when he put it on and stuff like that. And he was able to make air conditioning for the people's homes, and out of this tube thing. And he was able to make ice cubes and just weird stuff. And they were even growing food there, tomatoes and everything. They were growing food because they took the land and scraped all the crap off of it and put stuff down, He made a little farm, he made a little fish pond, just crazy stuff. And he was like inventing all this stuff as he was going, but he did a good job. And eventually, though, there's a bunch of other stuff that went on in this movie, but eventually these 3 bad guys came to his town, and he didn't know where to put these guys. They didn't want to leave. He wanted them to leave, but they wouldn't. They wanted to stay. He didn't want them to stay because they were walking around with guns, These 3 banditos with guns, and he just didn't want them out of there. And then they were checking his wife out, and that was like the last straw. When he saw that, he was like, okay, what's the deal? What's the plan here? So what he did is he put him in that ice house. He made it look like a room, and he said he could sleep here, for now, this will be your bunker for a while. And then, so he waited till they fell asleep in the middle of the night. Him and his son snuck in, closed the top door, and there was a top door on the place, and there was a door in the front. They closed the doors, they locked them, and he turned the machine on. Because he was assuming that he was going to turn these guys into ice cubes, all right? I mean, seriously. So he had a murderous plan going on there, It was kind of strange because Harrison Ford just doesn't look like the murdering type of person anyway. Should put Charles Manson in there or something, So anyway, that's funny. So anyway, then the plan went wrong. The guys started shooting their guns. They started shooting their guns, and they blew up one or 2 of the ammonia tanks, and the thing blew up, and it started, blew up, boom, boom, it was all over the place. It was smashing. There was metal flying off the building because there was like all this metal around the building, like metal. What are those things? I've seen those things before, like metal roof tiles, like they put on old barns, like. Anyway, the stuff was like flying all over the place. And then all of a sudden the fire got into his little air conditioning vent things. And the fire just rushed right up it and it burned all the houses down. And then at the end of the next morning, he wakes up, his family wakes up, and they're just looking at a devastated place. And I don't know if he killed the rest of the people that lived there too. Because I didn't see any more people. I don't know where they all went, So I don't know I can't remember what was going on with that. I'm trying to figure that part out. But anyway, so they got in the boat and they went downstream, and they finally met to the ocean. The river went to the ocean, and they got there, and all the family jumped out of the boat and was jumping in the ocean, going woohoo, and they were just loving the beach, and loving to see the ocean, and they all thought they were going to go home. Nope. They're not going to go home. Daddy's going to build themselves a new city, but just for them, right? So he ends up building another shack, okay? But this time it's just the family, nobody else. But there's one guy that comes around the boat. He comes around and helps him out with stuff and all. Every once in a while comes down and checks him out. Well, he came down there one day and said, the storms are coming, and this place is all going underwater. And he goes, oh no, I built this good. And the guy goes, no, believe me, I know. I lived here all my life. I know this is going underwater. So when the storms did come, the guy, the genius guy, Harrison Ford, he really did build it pretty good, his little fort, because his fort really turned into a boat. He made it to a floating boat. And it was anchored down and everything. So when the storms came, he just had to undo the anchors. I guess there was rope tied to the anchor somewhere. And he had to undo that, and then away they floated out to sea. And the wife was screaming, we're floating out to sea! But he was like, just get in, don't worry about it. So they were like floating, and then they eventually ended up on the river again. And they're going back upriver back towards the place that they used to live, that they burnt up. And then they were going past this one part where there's this preacher man that he had this big ordeal with. Him and the preacher didn't get along. He just didn't like that preacher at all. And so they had, they had their problems. And anyway, the kids went up there, and the preacher's daughter was like his son's age, around the son's age, and they kind of got along, and they were trying to get food, and then I guess the daughter gave them the keys to their car to get off this island completely and leave their dad behind. But the mom said, no, I can't do it, And then finally, she saw that her husband burnt down the preacher's church, and then she said, "Come on, kids, let's go." She was ready to go and just leave him behind, because when she saw him burning down the church, she was like, "What the heck is going on in that guy's mind now? Why is he burning down a church? What's the purpose in that?" So I guess she was pissed, right? But she was such a quiet, nice lady. It was hard to tell if she was mad or not. You could just tell by a few looks she would give you, or the camera, whatever. And then he was looking for them in the dark, and then he comes out, and the preacher guy came out with a .22, I think it was, and shot the dad. Shot him, but he wasn't dead right away. So the family put him back in the boat, and they were going down the river, and he was slowly dying, but they were trying to get him to say, to some town to get him help, I'm sure. But the kids, the gas in the motor wasn't working, and they had to get this boat down the river with big sticks, these really strong poles, and they were pulling down the river really slowly. These two little kids were moving this whole big boat down, skeleton boat, down this river. And Dad was dying. So eventually he just said at the end, he said, "Are we still going upriver, Mama?" And because the upriver is where the town he wanted to go to, wanted his whole family to live again. And she just said yes, but then they showed that they were actually going towards the ocean, that they were going away from the upriver. They were going downriver towards the town. But he died on the way, so that was sad. The ending was sad, but that was such a good movie. And Harrison Ford, he was just yelling at everybody. When he was working, he was constantly talking like me, like right now. Talking, but he was sounded like he was angry all the time, and he was just bitching about everything back home, how things were back in America. And then he was he told his kids that America was nuked and that everybody was fried and there was no sense in going back. And then the kids found out that his dad lied, and then they got mad at his dad and said, "You lied to us. America's still there." And, because the dad just didn't want to go back and live by all these rules. He wanted to just be a free man. And he had all the means to do so, to be a free man, And, he could build anything. So it was a good deal. He could build anything. He could grow anything. So there is a lesson to you guys out there. To think you can build anything and grow anything, there still are mighty dangers out there. Like this other movie I saw. I won't go into the whole movie, but I'll just tell you something about this other movie. This other kid, he backpacked all across the U.S. He was a college grad, and he just didn't want to join society. Okay, so he backpacked across the U.S. He was on his way to Alaska, and then one winter day he was outside. He was angry because he couldn't find any food, because he usually shot his food. He was eating squirrels and everything else, right? And he couldn't find any food because it was dead winter. And so what happened is he was looking for wild weeds to eat. And he had a whole book on wild weeds that told you the whole thing about what weeds and what they look like, had pictures of them, what it was, and if it was safe or it wasn't safe, right? So he eats this one thing called potato root or something like that. And, I thought it was safe and everything else. And he ate it, and he got really deathly sick. And he was thinking to himself, what's wrong? He finally opens up the book. He finds out that in the area that he was at, that the potato root was poisonous. The area that he was going to in Alaska, see, he had it confused because he was going to Alaska, but he wasn't there yet. In Alaska, supposedly it wasn't poisonous, okay? So he got the two confused. He didn't see that there was two of them, one, and he screwed up. And there was nothing you could do. It was irreversible. Even if you went to a doctor or something, they couldn't fix him or something like that. So, that's just to show you. Doesn't mean that really happened, or if that's true or not, I don't know. But I'm just saying, it just goes to show you that when you think that you're all ready for when what hits the fan, you might not be as ready as you think. Okay, because you have to know these things, and you have to know it good. And you could still get yourself hurt out there. You could still get yourself badly hurt. Broken bones, disease, just think of when you get abscess tooth. What happens when you get abscess tooth? You run to the dentist almost screaming because it hurts so bad. What happens if there's no dentist? What are you going to do with it then? Well, you're going to have to probably pull it out, yank it out with a string on a tree, I guess. But I'm just saying, that's how hard of a life you're going to have to live versus what you're living now. What we're living now is very easy life, very simple life. I mean, when my water got shut down in my house for 2 days because my pipe broke outside because it was frozen, my frozen weather broke the pipe outside. It shut the whole water down in the house. And I couldn't get the guy out here for 2 days because, I don't know why, if it was a weekend or something, but I couldn't get him out here for 2 days. Finally got him out here. And I think I had to make an appointment. He couldn't come out. He was booked up or something because there was too many people calling with frozen pipes. I wasn't the only one with the frozen pipe in the city, right? So they came out and they fixed it. But I'm just saying, 2 days, it was like, okay, you could go without a shower for 2 days, but, you got to use a toilet. So I just didn't eat very much, really. It was like, I'm not going to even try this, But I was getting ready the third day. If there was a third day that I had to do without water, I was going to go rent a hotel or a motel, a hotel, motel, whatever. I was. I mean, I can't even think about going outside in the wilderness and going potty, I mean, you can, but when it's really ice cold outside, I think about it, I mean, I haven't been camping in years, so I'm not used to it. I need to go camping to get used to this again because I just got to get used to it. I'm so spoiled. I'm spoiled toward the house, And just 2 days of being without water, that's just one hardship right there. That's not the only hardship you're going to have to do if this stuff hits the fan. You're going to have to make your own farm, and you better have a farm going before this stuff hits the fan because you're going to need food and stuff to eat, right? But I mean, it's like, then you're going to have to go around shooting animals? I can't even see myself doing that at all. So, there's just all kinds of things. Anyway, I'm going to play a song. See ya. Bye.
Stating our case, the $1 million we owe you.
Welcome back. This is Ren, the bubble, the one that's in the bubble in the air. Oh, that song reminds me of the ocean so bad. I was looking for another song earlier. Couldn't find it. Boy, was I mad because I wanted to open the show with this other song, and I was like, I went through every song I thought that every group I thought I could find the song. I couldn't find it. I can't remember the guy, so I'm going to have to look that up later sometime. I hate that when you're looking for something you can't find it. Huh. Anyway, this song I just played reminds me of the ocean. And he was playing the piano. I would close my eyes and I could just feel the ocean waves, pounding on the shore, back and forth. I miss the ocean so much. I think that's why I paint the ocean a lot. I miss the ocean so much because another reason I moved here, I'm like about 80 miles from the ocean straight across, I think. But it's like, maybe it's less straight across. It's probably like 50 miles straight across, but there's no road that goes straight across. You got to go on this winding road, all over the place. But yeah, it's a nice road, but still I miss the ocean really bad because I used to go there when I lived in California. I lived there like 21 years, I think, something like that. And I lived there and I went to the ocean quite often there. I used to hang around Huntington Beach. All you Huntington Beach, Southern California people, that's where I used to go. And that was my hangout, and I miss it. And I miss the sunsets over there and people putting their fire in those big fire pits on the beach. And it was just so nice. And walking the pier. I miss the pier. Oh, man. I miss the green burrito days. Anybody out there that's ever been to Southern California in the 80s, okay, mind you, in the 80s, ever been to Green Burrito? It was right below Maxwell's. Maxwell's is right on the beach. It's like a 2-story place, and there was a bunch of stuff underneath it, and there was a Green Burrito restaurant underneath it. And that place was wild. That's where you get to drink beer on the beach, right? So you're on the beach, and you get to drink beer in the restaurant. You couldn't drink beer on the beach. You couldn't bring beer bottles or beer cans on the beach because the stupid Coast Guard, not Coast Guard, what do you call those guys? The other guys, they come over there, beach police, I don't know. They come over there and make you pour it out. Yeah, I know, that's stupid, huh? Can't get drunk on the beach? Why not? I mean, as long as you're not, excessively drunk and being an ass, I don't see why you can't drink on the beach, That's stupid. That's why everybody likes to go to Mexico. You can just drink on the beach. Nobody gives a damn, right? I love that. I love that. This country is too strict, okay? The laws are ridiculous, okay? They're ridiculous. If you're not hurting anybody, if you're not stealing from somebody or killing somebody, stealing and killing is the worst, okay? If you're not doing those two things or you're not hitting somebody, just don't bother anybody. You're fine. Why does there have to be a law against any of it? It's ridiculous. It's too out of hand. It's like we're living in Nazi Germany. It's worse than Nazi Germany, I think, nowadays. Except they make a little sign on it. They don't say you have to do it. They say it's a law. They try to make it sound all pretty and fancy. And even our parents, they buy it. They buy into this. It's a law, and then sometimes my parents act like Nazi Germany, and then they act like, well, that guy should go to jail for that. What? Are you kidding? Seriously? What do you mean, go to jail for that? What? And then they get on this thing about marijuana. What about marijuana? So, you don't like marijuana? You think marijuana is the drug that's bringing America down? Hello? Where have you been? Marijuana? I think you guys need some marijuana. I think all of our parents need some marijuana. And then they can just sit there and laugh and enjoy themselves for once. It's like, I think crack cocaine and which is worse, crack cocaine and there's another one that's worse than that. Oh man, it's that one that really messes up your mind. I don't know, blows it. But anyway, those drugs that's the bad stuff, okay? I don't stay away from that. I stay away from that. Way away. Never have done it. So I don't want to either. I don't want to burn up my brain. My brain's already messed up. I don't need any more problems. I'm already on drugs that I shouldn't be. I'm on prescribed drugs that could kill me. That's right, they could kill me. And I have one that can give me a blood disease that's irreversible. Period. It's irreversible. But I have better things. So I have a doctor that wants to change my medicine. But the only problem is when she changes my medicine, I could have problems, and then I can't drive for 3 months. And I don't like not driving. And who's going to drive me around? I don't have a chauffeur. Okay, I'm not rich. Geez, if I was rich, it wouldn't matter, right? So I'm working on being rich, okay? I'm working on being an artist. I don't know if I'll be filthy rich, but at least I'll have a job, right? So here I am. I wish I had, I did open a website. I did. I made a website, but then they wanted a bunch of money. And I was like, I ain't making any money to give you any money, so forget you. I don't think so. But I wish I had a website, because I would probably ask people to help support a starving artist, And I'm not asking the regular average guy that's living from paycheck to paycheck, or less than that, to support me, okay? I'm not asking anybody that's having a hard time. I think people really misinterpret that. I think the people that are looking for support, or looking for a little extra boost in their career, or looking for extra money to get paid for their job, is basically looking for people that can't afford to do that. They can't afford to do so. Some richer people do. It's like opening a business together. You get a partner, you get a sponsor. It's like something like that. You get a sponsor, a partner. You just want to get paid for what you're doing, right? So, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I know a lot of people say, you can go commercial with art. You can go commercial, which means they can put your art on everything, like cups and, blankets, and, they can make a whole bunch of lithographs and, make lots of prints of your painting and sell it like by the dozen. But the only problem is when you do the commercial thing, the other people get a great big chunk of your money. And you don't get squat. You get a little bit from all these things that get sold, but just so much tiny. It's like being a waitress and relying on tips, because they don't pay you very much, right? So that's a hard way. Commercials. I'm looking for the bigger stuff. I'm looking to get better and better and better, so I can just throw a bunch of stuff in my Durango and head on to a great big art gallery. But I got to start talking to people like that, art gallery people, and ask them, okay, what's up? What do you want? What do you need? How much? When do I do this? I got to find out all the business end of the deal. But I can find this out on my own. I can do everything on my own. I mean, I'm finding all kinds of great artists out there that are actually helping me with my art. I love that, because I could find. And then I found this one guy last night. I was looking at all his art pictures, and he had tons of them, like me, on the internet. And I saw him getting better. I went all the way down to the bottom of his thing, and I saw his progression. I saw him getting better, and a little better, and a little bit better, and a little bit more better, and a little bit more better, and a little bit more better. And I saw that because I see that in my art. Sometimes I can see progression. It takes time, but you progress, right? So that's what I'm looking for. But what I know, I'm not really there yet, but I know there's worse people than me that sell their art. I don't even know why they sell their. I saw a painting one day. I still can't believe it. $250,000, and all it was 3 colors on a board. It wasn't a painting of nothing. It was 3 colors on a board. Okay, it was a line with a color, then a line with another color, then another color, and it was 3 colors on a board. And I was like, $250,000? Are you serious? For that? It's not even a picture of anything. It's not even abstract, really. In abstract, at least you try to draw a picture of something. You try to make something odd or weird or funky or something. This wasn't even nothing, It was like 250, yeah, right, get out of here. Of course, there are the wealthy people like some strange stuff in their house. I don't know, they'd want that. I wouldn't want it, but that's my prerogative. So, hey. So anyway, I was thinking about Fukushima and the beach, and I miss the beach so much, and I can't go anywhere to the beach on the Pacific Coast. And I've been, going to the Pacific Coast beach for years, okay? Years, probably at least 30-something years now. And now I can't go at all. I can't even go there because if I touch anything on the beach, it's probably radioactive. Maybe if I just touch a piece of wood that's washed up or anything, can't touch any of it. What do I want to go there? I shouldn't even be living here where I'm at. People have told me get out of there. So I don't know. Eventually it's gonna. I don't know. I mean, well, when that thing went off 2 years ago, the main one, I was here. So if it's gotten me, it's probably gotten me already. I just don't know it yet. But, so what are you going to do if it's got you already? It's got you already. Well, there's not much saving you. If you leave, it doesn't matter. You still got the radiation or whatever. I don't know. So, it's a hard decision. So I guess I'm just in a big hurry to do all this stuff. Maybe my kids and my grandkids can take all my stuff and save it and sell it later and get rich after I'm dead. So at least I have something to give when I'm gone. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to give to people, my family, stuff, so when I'm gone they could have it, and they could pass it along. So I guess that's why all this stuff means so much to me, because I have something to give them. I don't have a lot to give. So if I have something to give them, that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. You got something to give them. I mean, I know some people in my family, when they go, I'm not getting squat, okay? I'm not getting a nickel. I'm not getting nothing. I'm not getting furniture, nothing. I'm not getting nothing when they go. Does that suck? Families don't get rich that way if you don't help other family members out. How is a family ever going to get above that poverty level if you don't help your family members out? They don't get it. I do get it. I do want to help my family members out. I do want to see my kids and my grandkids and my great grandkids make it. I want to see them able, have lots of money in their pockets and enjoy their lives, have a nice house, not have to live paycheck to paycheck like I have had to do all my life. I've had to live paycheck to paycheck. And I'm telling you, if I ever do get rich from doing art, if that ever happens to me, I'm going to be like, what? It's going to be amazing, but I'm not going to just stop there. I'm not going to just help myself with the money. I'm going to also help others, Whoever else is going to need my help, If they really need the help, then they're going to get the help. They just... I just don't know, though. I don't like living like this anymore. It's hard. It's a hard life, okay? I'm like one nickel away from being poor, okay? It's pretty close. I mean, I have a lot of stuff. I could probably sell a lot of stuff. It still ain't gonna give me enough to help out with anything, really. Really isn't. Most of the stuff I have to give away because people won't buy it anyway. So, most of it's used, Even my house is used. It's getting old. My cats and dogs have torn my freaking house apart. Seriously. But I let them because they're my babies. And when it comes to animals, they're my children. I mean, I have children, human children, but I also have animal children too. And it's, you know, it's not the same, but it is the same in a way, because we're all the same. Everything on this earth is related to each other in one way or form. You know, if you go down into the atoms and molecules and everything is related to each other, even the trees. Okay, so I just try to treat all equal. I don't try to be dominant or better than anything else. I treat all equal. I always have. You know, I don't treat anybody better, people wise. I don't try to treat them better. I don't treat them worse. I don't play games with, well, I think somebody is better than somebody else. No, nobody is better than anybody else. We're all equal. I don't care if you're rich, you're poor, you're smart, you're stupid. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're all equal. You know? None of it really does matter anyway. It's just a game that people play. It's not a game that I don't think God plays. I think it's a game just people play with each other. I don't know. Kind of stupid, huh? Okay, I'll play a song. Bye.
You walked into my lonely world as a girl with no name, dressed in gingham and lace and bows, coming in from the rain. So lonely, I was so lonely, so lonely, I was so lonely. I don't need no wishing well, I got everything in hell. I need with you, with me.
I was strung out and left for dead, feeling sorry and sad.
You danced all those ghosts from my head and showed me my own life instead. So lonely, I was so lonely, so lonely, I was so lonely.
Now I'm found,
I don't need no wishing well, I got everything in hell. I need with you, with me.
Huh. Don't sneeze on your computer desk. It's gross. I'm always having to clean my computer and my computer desk. I'm always sneezing. Stupid nose. I'm going to put a clothespin on it. Like the old days. They always tell you, put a clothespin on your nose. Yeah. I tried that before. It hurts. Oh, you know, I grew up in a strange house. You know, it was like a house my grandfather built. We also had a chicken coop down the ways, and we had a outhouse in case the plumbing went, because our plumbing was always messed up, because he was good at building houses, but he didn't do plumbing very well. He did plumbing so bad that a snake crawled up our bathtub one time. A snake was in our bathtub. It crawled up through the drain pipe. I'm not kidding you. A snake. My dad went in there to go shoot it, and my mom screaming at him, "Don't shoot it! Don't shoot!" Because it's gonna, ricochet. The bullet probably ricochet off the bathtub and kill one of us, right? So then he decided, okay. And then when he came back, he put his gun down, and he came back, and the snake was back down the drain again. So, this is the way I grew up, and my friends weren't your normal average, friends. I didn't have sidewalks. I didn't, I had a dirt road I grew up on. My friends were, horned toads and coyotes. And my dogs. That was my friends. So, my first 7 years of life, I really didn't talk too much to people. I was more talking to the animals all the time. Yeah, I know. I have a very strange upbringing. I had one girl neighbor, but I didn't start seeing her till I was about 7. And didn't even know she was in the neighborhood because I wasn't allowed to go that far, actually, at the time before that. But before that, I had no friends. It was just me and the dogs, and then we'd just go run out and catch lizards and horny toads all day long. Yeah, I know. Talk about country life. That felt like the country, that's for sure. I was in the foothills in Tucson, Arizona. I was in the foothills and way out in the desert, and that's all there was out there. Now the street that I grew up in is paved. I don't think it has sidewalks, but it's at least paved now. And it has some houses on that street. They're multi-million-dollar houses. They're huge. On my street that I grew up on. I was looking on Google Earth or something the other day, and I was like, Street View, I think it was, Street View. I was like, oh my God. And I saw my second house, because we have a second house that was built there. And it's still there, the second house that I grew up in. But it's so tiny compared to all the rest of them. And I thought that house was huge. When I was growing up, it was big to me. It was only a 2-bedroom house, but it was big because we had this thing we called the dining room, and it was like in the middle of the house. The bedrooms are separated. One was on one side of the house, one was on the other. And this dining room thing was humongous. We had a pool table in the middle of it, and a bar, and then we had plenty of room to like run or dance or whatever. It was like this humongous room. And then we had a sunken living room. It was sunken like 3 stairs down, and then we had this huge fireplace with all the seating down there, like a built-in couch all the way around, and then a seat that went all the way around the fireplace also. And then my parents' bedroom was like 2 stairs up, and they never had a door in that room. It was strange. They never had a bedroom door in that room, which wasn't too good for me. I ain't going into detail there, but anyway, yeah, that was interesting. Way to grow up. It was very strange. I had no brothers and sisters. I was an only child. So, yeah, it was I was so lonely. I was so lonely. Yeah. Oh, boy. So, anyway, dog, you can't go there. Okay? I'm fighting with my dog. He wants to go lay in front of the computer. You can't lay there. You can't lay there. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. You silly little mutt. You're so cute. You're so cute, you little round head. Little round head. I love my little round head. Yes, I do. Good little round head. Adorable. He's adorable. Little papillon. A papillon dog. All black. With long, long legs, though. He's an abnormal papillon. Huh? Because you have really long legs? His legs are double the size they're supposed to be. And he weighs like 40 pounds. I mean, he's not supposed to weigh that much. He's fat. He needs to go on a diet. Well, I took him for a walk the other day. Both my dogs. And they enjoyed it. It was a long, long walk, and by the time I got back, I was pooped out, too. I took a walk, too. Yes, we did. Got some exercise. They like that. I think they want to take another one, huh? I bet you do, huh? So anyway, maybe tomorrow, because I got to go do some stuff tomorrow, but then I come back and go for a walk, okay? Okay? Tomorrow, all right? I promise. Okay. All right, so now we got that done. I'm a nut. I know it. Okay. Anyway, I want to say special thanks to my friends Troy, Mojo, Stacy, and Gordon. You guys really, the other two, well, all of you. You helped me with my show. You helped me with my art. You're always there. And there's also some other people, Moonchild, I think it is, and there's some other people that Marilyn, thank you. Some of you, all of you that at least notice me, that I'm even alive. Thank you for noticing. I don't try to do this just for myself, I want to bring in more friends. I did have a chat room. I don't know what the heck happened to it. It disappeared into oblivion because I tried to make it work this morning and it didn't do anything. I was like, where the hell did it go? It disappeared. That's okay. I can always make another one. It was a Chatango chat room. I don't know. Maybe I can make another one. I don't know. I won't make another one, though, till I know that people are going to go to it. Because last time I made it, and I had a couple friends go there, but where was everybody else? It's like nobody else was showing up. So I was like, this is a waste of time. I know. I'm not Howard Stern. I mean, I guess he can have a chat room. Because he's got millions of listeners. Why does he have millions of listeners anyway? What does he do? What does he do that brings him in? People don't like him. Everybody else I talk to, everybody says, I don't like the guy. So where's he getting all these listeners to if nobody likes him? It doesn't make sense. So what does that? That's what I have to do. I have to get to where people don't like me, and then they'll like me, right? Is that how it works? They have to dislike you to like you? That's funny. Okay, and dislike me. Hate me. Come on, hate me. I don't care. I mean, I really don't understand the radio business at all. I don't get it. I know he's a pervert too, but maybe the perverts like perverts out there, so he's a pervy man. I don't see how his wife likes him. I don't see why she's even still around. I think she's after the money. It certainly isn't his big nose or his big mouth. Shoot. I'm so mean. Mean. Yeah, you think all the money he's got, he could have that nose fixed. The guy's wealthy. Even Justin Bieber, he's not even that popular. Popular. You should see the house that guy lives in. I can't even tell you how many rooms that house has. It's so huge. It's huge. And this little kid, I mean, God, to me, he's still a little kid. He has this humongous house. Oh, my God. And here's another one that's been hated around the internet anyway. A lot of people don't like Justin Bieber because he's been a punk and he's been doing this and he's been doing that. But look at the damn house he's living in. Wow, it must be nice to be an ass. It must be nice to be a punk and have lots of money and have a nice house. So, I'm starting to see a link here of a bunch of idiots. Creeps or whatever, and they all own nice things. And I try to be a nice person, try to be good towards everybody, try to treat everybody as I treat myself, try to be good to my neighbors and everybody. And where's my nice house? I guess my nice house is in heaven. I have to wait. It's not going to be on planet Earth, huh? I don't know. I'm not going to have any aspects on it. I don't know. You can't count on anything in this world. You just go with the flow. So I'm going just with the flow because I don't know whatever. I might never be anything. You might just be an old lady. Well, I'm starting to turn into one, so I have to hurry up, right? Before I get so old, I can't remember who I am anymore. Because Alzheimer's sets in. That's it. It's over. It's all over. So, do you have dirty ears or clean ears? Looks like you have clean ears. How do you clean your ears, dog? I didn't think dogs could clean their ears. Well, they're so clean. You got a cat cleaning your ears, huh? I know Crystal's got cats clean her ears all the time. I get a dog, the cats come up and clean her ears and everything. Clean her whole face and her ears. And she just sits there like, oh, more. If they stop, she'll moves her paw on the ground like, more. Come on. Don't stop. She's funny. She's funny. What do you want? Huh? What do you want? You're bugging me. You want to jump up here? Uh-oh, I think he's going to jump. Here goes. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Go. Come on. Do it. Come on. Are you going to jump or are you going to wait all day? You're just going to stand there? Jump. There you go. Finally. You're a big old cow. You know what? You're going on a diet, you little Mr. Cow. You are so fat. Look at you. His body is bigger than my leg. His body is about as big as my waist. No, not my waist. But God, I don't know how many inches that is. 8 inches maybe wide? 8 to 10 at least. And he's huge for a little dog. It's my fault too. I don't really feed him too much. He just doesn't get enough exercise. That's the problem. And these little dogs are supposed to be running around. And I don't let him do that. And it's my fault. I got to do something before he gets sick and dies on me. Because you let the animals get too big and they get sick. So a lot of times they get diabetes. Sometimes they get diabetes even when they're skinny, though. I don't know. That's kind of a strange disease. Because my one cat was just a normal-sized cat, and he got diabetes, and I was like, what the heck? You know, and I got my other cat, he was a big old cow, and he got diabetes. But then he lost weight, and I put him on some good food, and he's still alive. And this is like a year ago, and he hasn't had one diabetic shot, ever, and he's still alive. So, you know, I didn't want that crap in his body, because it killed my other cat. You know, it was like 5 months or something. I gave him diabetic shots, killed him. It messed up his liver and his eyes and his skin turned yellow or something, I think. His ears, everything turned yellow. And I went to the doctor and she said that his liver was gone. He was dying. And I was like, so the next time I got a cat with diabetes, I was like, I'm not giving him shots. So he got real thin. I just watched his diet and then I put him on some really good food called Blue Buffalo. I think it's even better food than that, called Core with a K. And that stuff works really good. That stuff's like really nutritional food. Not like the crap you get at Walmart or Kmart or Target. That stuff is like, or a grocery store, that stuff is all filler food. It has maybe a couple vitamins in it, but it's not, mostly filler. You're filling your dog up so it's not hungry. But you're not giving it any nutrition at all. It's like, you know, giving your baby Kool-Aid all day. You know, you're going to give your baby Kool-Aid or popsicles all day and think that it's nutrition, you know, or candy bars or something, and don't give it any nutritional food at all. You know, that doesn't make sense. So, and you see people buying it all the time at the store. And my animals were getting sick all the time buying that crap, and I couldn't understand why they're getting sick and they're dying so young. That's why they were dying so young. They weren't getting any nutrition. But dumb me, I just fell for that store stuff like everybody else, and I didn't realize that it was killing them. So now I spend the extra money, but my animals, not one of them have died since I got that food. And all the animals that were sick are getting better. To go figure, without any medicine at all, without any shots, no vaccinations. They're better. They're healthier. I think sometimes just leave the animals alone. They're not going outside much, you know. It's like you don't even need to give them a lot of shots anyway. You know, if they're just inside your house, same animals inside your house, I don't see there's a problem. So I don't have a problem, and they all look healthy. The dog's got shiny coats. I mean, everything looks good on them. So, except they're just too fat because they need exercise. You little fatty. I gotta make fun of him because he's way too big. And it's my fault. I know, I gotta make fun of you. Just make fun of mommy, okay? Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna play another song. Woohoo!
Let's drive down the line inside a little death machine, and it suits me just fine. It moves fast, I'm told. It might take a lot to fill the tank, but the engine's an old soul, and I'm paranoid. It goes 1, 2, 3 like a crack of the whip. It rolls off of your back to the blacktop down the drain. 1, 2, 3 like a crack of the whip. It rolls off of your back to the blacktop down the drain. Stuck inside a southern rain, a southern rain. Let's turn off right here. We'll find a place you can rest up on so the past can disappear. Crank that AM song. It's the sound of a life that's gone away, but not for very long. And I'm paranoid. It goes 1, 2, 3 like a crack of the whip. It rolls off of your back to the blacktop down the drain. 1, 2, 3 like a crack of the whip. It rolls off of your back to the blacktop down the drain. Stuck inside a southern rain. Southern rain. A southern rain. A southern rain. It goes 1, 2, 3 like a crack of the whip. It rolls off of your back to the blacktop down the drain. 1, 2, 3 like a crack of the whip. It rolls off of your back to the blacktop down the drain. Stuck inside a southern rain. Southern rain. Southern rain. Southern
Oh, God. I forgot to turn the microphone off. Well, that probably sounded like crap. I didn't mean to sing. I can't sing with headphones on, and I just did it. But that was an accident because I wasn't paying attention. That was... Sorry. Oops. I always turn the mic off when I play a song. Oops, oops, oops. I made that sound like crap. Oh, well. I'm going to end this song with one more song. And thanks to all of you for coming, okay? Love you guys.